All right. Well, hello everybody, and weekend is in sight. Hope everybody's got some big plans lined up. I wanted to make a fun little video here, something that I've talked with a lot of people about over many years, and probably creates a little bit of controversy, which I love, or conspiracy. Create our own little conspiracy here. It'll be fun. So everybody, I think, knows if you're watching this, I'm a big fan of HK, and when it comes to MP5s, or for that matter, any of the 90 series, I truly and honestly believe the real deal is far better than all the clones. So I really believe a HK SP5 is better than the imports or other clones that are made. A lot of that has to do with tolerances, spec. We're not going to talk about that. But what we're going to talk about is actually my four favorite Mp5 clone builders. So this is for the 9mm Mp5s, the 40 cal, 10mm, the K variant, SD. So these guys, any of the Mp5 variants, these are my four favorite clone manufacturers. I love all four of these manufacturers, these clone makers. So the order I'm going to go in is not indicative of who I like most. These are my fabulous four, if you will. And we're going to start off age before beauty. And number one, and again, this is not the number one. This is just where we're going to start. Number one, my first favorite Mp5 clone builder would be Ralph Smith Sr. at RDTS. And Ralph has been building HKs since Ronald Reagan was president, so he knows a thing or two. Not only does he do all kinds of great conversions, but he does make some fantastic clones. And I guess I should have said earlier, I'm going to define clones for this purpose as non-HK receiver builds. So Ralph builds some beautiful receivers, and he also, kind of was the first that I know of to do some of these magwell grafts, where from the parts kit, if you have an intact magwell for the 9mm, the 40 cal, and the 10mm guns, actually taking the magwell from parts kits and fusing that, if you will, to his receiver, and it makes for a really, really nice build. He typically builds them on German parts kits, which makes them even better. So they come full auto ready for use with your registered pack or your sear. And again, using all the German parts, you take some of the spec and tolerance issues out, and he builds a really nice receiver. Then with the magwell, boy, you get some really nice fitment because, again, he's using the German magwell. So Ralph, RDTS, Ralph Sr., that is. He's one of my favorites. Number two would be his son, Ralph Jr., and I believe his current business is Anubis Armory. But father and son combo here. Junior's learned a lot from Dad, and he's building some beautiful, beautiful clone guns, German parts kit guns on the same receiver. He's doing the magwell grafts that are really, really neat. It's a lot of work, so it costs a little bit of money. You get what you pay for. Some beautiful, beautiful builds. So Ralph Sr. and Jr. So there's one and two. My third favorite clone builder is obviously Dakota Tactical, which is Joe Stappiello. And Joe kind of came onto the scene back in the days where there weren't a whole lot of options. And he built some really nice guns when there weren't, like I said, fair comparisons where everything went together really, really nice. And he's kind of transformed to where he's got some builds. He's scaled his business really nicely, where he's finishing off receivers and using a lot of RCM parts. I know sometimes I've seen some of the BMT barrels, but he builds some beautiful, beautiful Mp5 clones that work beautifully, and he's one of the best. So Dakota Tactical, number three. And my fourth favorite has got to be Gilly Bear, Parabellum Combat Systems, PCS, Jeff Walters. He's Gilly Bear on HK Pro. And Jeff's one of those guys that when you see pictures of his shop, um, or where he works for that matter, it might not be the prettiest, cleanest. It's not like a Mercedes or a Honda dealership where you could lick your food off the floor. But man, you talk about a guy that can take that flat, roll it up, and just make guns that work. And again, he's building stuff on everything from German parts kits to mishmash of parts, and he just gets everything to work. And especially for folks with Sears and auto packs, holy smokes, what a great guy to have build some blaster clones for you that will just absolutely run. So again, my top 4 again: Ralph Jr., Ralph Sr., Dakota Tactical, which is Joe Stapiello, and Jeff Walters, Gilly Bear, Parabellum Combat Systems, all one the same. They built some really, really great stuff on non-German receivers. Their stuff works, and those guys are my favorites. Hands down, absolutely hands down. So hopefully in the comments, maybe I can get some people stirred up, Hornet's Nest, and everybody can agree or disagree with me. I'd love to hear what you think, but got a lot of experience in that department. I've had all kinds of stuff, whether it be stuff I've owned directly or friends or people that I've had to help solve problems on guns. So when it comes to the clone market, I definitely know a thing or two. And I look forward to hopefully seeing some comments from you guys. Stay warm out there. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And hopefully we'll have some more fun topics to talk about here soon. Good night.